stereotypes on persons with disabilities usually mahina, may sakit, charitable case, hindi kayang suportahan. There were a lot of instances when I was discriminated. I think hindi rin naman sinasadya, no? Kasi mababa pa yung awareness level on disability and inclusion before.
People think that the youth is limited, that we're incapable. We're really told to just shut up and study.
Siguro one of the most common stereotypes of being part of the community is that ano ka lang, either bakla ka lang or tomboy ka lang. Pag bakla ka, usually, sasabihin nila, oh, parlorista ka lang. Or like, people will like see you as someone who is weak, flamboyant, effeminate.
Most persons with disabilities are historically disempowered. They were not taught to assert themselves.
The youth are easily judged. I started to volunteer at a young age at 9, and you would be easily judged. There would be a lot of individuals that would see you and have so many judgments, which would demoralize you mentally. So yeah, you would always feel that you were judged, you were overlooked.
Ngayong pandemic, for the past month, ang dami nating nabalitaan ng mga hate crimes. A lot of our trans sisters and even trans brothers were killed. Dahil lang trans sila, wala lang, hate crimes are motivated by a specific hate towards a specific group or community. When it's in this part, is the LGBT community, we would want other people to see that being part of the LGBT community doesn't just make us different. We are just the same with other people. Pare-pareho tayo ng species, pare-pareho tayo ng ginagalawang mundo, and we want to achieve that specific equality in the community. The youth can help us help the community, LGBT community, the PWDs, and the youth especially, to forward our advocacy.
And I hope that you continue what you're doing and know that, kahit isang tao lang yan, sa kung saan mang lugar sa Pilipinas na ma-reach out nyo at mag-decide na, okay, I will do something for my community, I will do something for my country, I will do something for my family, then you have contributed largely to the development of the country.
Ngayon, we see where our country is at the moment. And I would always give this rhetorical question. Ito ang bansa natin. Marami tayong pinagdadaanan. Bilang isang kabataan, bilang isang Pilipino, anong gagawin mo?
Welcome sa isa na namang masaya at makabaluhang episode ng Pinas Forward Academy Webinars. Layunin ng PFA Webinars ang paigtingin ng kaalaman at kakayahan ng bawat Pinas Forwarder tulad mo sa pamamagitan ng live lectures, demonstrations, at masasayang talakayan na inyong pwedeng balikan sa Facebook page ng Pinas Forward bilang bahagi ng Pinas Forward isang nation building movement na nagpo-promote ng paggamit ng digital technology para sa social good at social progress. Ang Pinas Forward Academy ay excited ng maging bahagi ng iyong pagsulong at pagpapakalikasan para sa kalikasan, ekonomiya, at sarili. Sa mga nag-sign up para sa webinar natin ngayong araw, inaanyayahan namin kayong sagutin ang feedback form sa dulo ng ating show. Your feedback matters para sa patuloy naming paghatid ng trainings para sa lahat. Kasunod nito ay ipapadala namin ang inyong official PFA e-certificate para sa webinar na iyong dinaluhan. Kaya makinig, makibahagi, at pwede pang manalo ng premyo sa webinar na ito. Handa ka na ba? Kilalanin na natin ang ating mga panauhin, and let's move Pinas Forward!
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Balza of Pinas Forward, and welcome to our webinar tonight na pinamagatang E-Ligtas, Blocking the Dangers of the Online World. We have our viewers here on Zoom, and we are also live sa Facebook at YouTube page ng Pinas Forward PH. Kaya hello sa inyo guys, at mababasa at makikita namin ang inyong comments and questions. So of course, this episode would not be possible without our major partner, Globe Telecom. So I'm privileged to be joined by our guest host, who has been a member of the ABS-CBN Integrated News and Current Affairs team since 1999. She has anchored various award-winning kapamilya programs on TV and radio, including Umagang Kay Ganda, Salamat Doc, and Open House. Among her many achievements as a communicator was her Best Morning Show Host Award, the 28 PM PC Star Awards for the Best TV Morning Show Host in 2014. As a child and family advocate, she was the program director of Bantay Bata 163, a child welfare program of the ABS-CBN Foundation, where she worked under the tutelage of Gina Lopez. Bantay Bata 1636 to help at-risk children heal and move on from situations of physical and sexual abuse by providing the Child Helpline 163, legal services, and shelter. These days, she keeps busy with her own online series, Pamilya Talk, where she meets with celebrities, experts, and other personalities on issues related to the family. And she has since upped her omni-channel communicator role with presence on various social media platforms, now at more than 1 million followers. Of equal importance to her career, she takes part in other advocacy work, namely as an ambassador of the Food and Nutrition Research Institute and with the Philippine Mental Health Association as a board member and ambassador as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome Tita Jing Castañeda.
Hello, mga kasama sa buhay, mga
Yes.
kasambuhay, mga kapamilya, kapatid, kapuso. Chris, magandang
Yes.
gabi sa mga, ano bang tawag natin sa Kapinas Forward? Tama ba yun?
Pwede rin pong Pinas Forwarders.
Pinas Forwarders, ayun. So parang grab lang ang peg natin, tsaka lalamove. Forwarder. Hello! Oy, kailangan ano tayo ha? Labanan natin ang mga kulog-kulog. Ewan ko kumukulog sa area nyo. Dito kumukulog sa amin sa Quezon City. Nasaan ka ba, Krish?
Nandito po ako sa Cavite. Medyo kumukulog na nga rin po talaga dito.
Kaya kailangan high energy tayo dahil napaka-exciting ng ating kwentuhan ngayong gabi. O, di ba? Alam mo, natutuwa ako, Chris, at madulas sa dila mo ang Tita Jing. Ibig sabihin,
Yeah.
bata ka pa talaga.
Ah,
Kasi, kaedad ko, Tita Jing. Ayan. So, marami yatang ka-age group mo dito sa participants natin, Chris. How old are you?
Yes.
Diba, in on the spot kita. Malaman
18
nilang
years
lahat.
old. Joke lang po yun.
18, kahit yata waistline mo, hindi 18.
Ay, char. So, sobrang excited na rin po talaga ako tonight dahil prior to our show tonight, nagpa-raffle kami ng load cards para sa ating registrant. So, hindi pa nga nagsisimula ang show, may 40 lucky winners na agad ng 100 peso load, globe load each. So, to our winners, ang details ay nasendan namin sa inyong email. So, I hope you're all watching tonight and congratulations! Plus, but wait, there's more. We have a special treat then for our early birds. Sila yung unang 12 na nag-log in sa Zoom. So you'll also get 100 peso globe load each. At bukod pa dyan, dami-dami, di ba? Punong-puno ng prize. Meron din kaming napiling 3 best questions from our registrants. And we will feature their questions mamaya sa Q&A. At syempre, may prize din sila. So, gaya na ating previous shows, mayroon kayong matatanggap na e-certificate mula sa Pinas Forward. Kaya kapag sinagutan nyo ang evaluation form na ibibigay namin, yon, may mapapadalang e-certificate sa inyo. At bukod pa dyan, may chance din kayong manalo ng papremyo. Kaya abangan nyo lang kung paano ito maya-maya.
So pag hindi nila sinagot ang evaluation form, walang regalo.
Yes.
Ganun ba yun?
Sayang naman kasi entry rin yon sa ating paraffle.
O, ayan, kaya sagutan natin ha, mga Pinas forwarders. At ngayon, syempre, ni-encourage din po namin kayong sumama sa atin pong talakayan by using the comment section. Alam nyo na how it works sa chat box ng Zoom or for questions, suggestions, and sharing of ideas. Pwede rin po kayong magpadala ng inyong mga comments sa Facebook, YouTube, and itong ang Zoom, no? Na ginagamit natin ngayon. So let's also create a safe environment online by observing politeness and showing respect to everyone. Ayan.
Yes, talagang kailangan maging iligtas din tayo. So we would also like to remind everyone that the views and opinions expressed in this webinar do not necessarily reflect those of our sponsors and partners. And apart from that, let's also acknowledge our community partners for this show. DepEd Division of Cagayan de Oro, DILG Cagayan de Oro City, City Scholarship Office Cagayan de Oro, JCI Cebu Sinulog, Junior JC San Carlos, and St. Rita's College of Balingasag, Misamis Oriental. Bukod sa Pinas Forward PH pala, Tita Jing, we are also live on the Facebook pages of DepEd Tayo Youth Formation Calabarzon at DepEd Tayo Youth Formation Antipolo City. At ito pa, sa isa Facebook page din ng Now You Know. So,
Ay, oo. Naku, yung Now You Know, ano natin yan, partners natin yan. Doon sa, di ba, pinakita mo kanina yung mga online show ko, no? Mondays,
Yes.
Tuesdays, and Wednesdays sa Facebook ko, sa YouTube, Jing Casaneda, at sa Now You Know Facebook page. Partners natin yan. Pagdating sa paghahatid ng totoong impormasyon, ayaw natin ng fake news, sa ating mga kapamilya, kapuso, kapatid, at mga Pinas forwarder.
yes. Talagang maraming mapupulot tayong lesson ngayon sa webinar na ito. Kaya naman sa ating Facebook and YouTube participants, make sure to share this show sa inyong family and friends para sabay-sabay tayong matuto sa ating talakayan ngayong gabi. Right, Tita Jing?
Oo, share po ninyo ha, itong ating kwentuhan. We have close to 800 participants dito po sa Zoom, and then meron din tayo sa YouTube and Facebook. Ang binibigay sa atin dito na information, close to 500 on Facebook, meron din on YouTube. So guys, please share our kwentuhan. Maraming mga 20s and above, no? Between 20 to 30-year-old na mga participants ngayon. And sigurado namang kailangan, Chris, gawin nating exciting kasi alam mo na, hapunan time. Kumakalam ng sikmura ng ating mga participants.
Totoo, tapos mga bata pa ang ating mga participants. Lively, ganyan.
Oo, pero nakakabilib ha. Ibig sabihin, interesado sila sa topic natin at ang daming nanonood ngayon. At karamihan nga doon sa mga in-acknowledge mo, di ba? Mga binisaya. Balo ka ba magbinisaya, Chris?
Ay, hindi po masyado marunong
Hindi
magbinisaya.
ka kabalo. Ako kabalo ako. Kasabot ako kaayo, pero di kaayo kasulti. So nakakaintindi ako, pero barok ako magbisaya. Ayan, Cebuano kasi yung aking mommy. Kaya yung mga taga Cagayan de Oro po kami, yung mommy ko galing sa Taguluan, o 'di ba? Misamis Oriental. Kaya mamaya magbigay kayo ng mga tanong nyo ha. Ayan, maraming mga bumabati dito sa Cagayan de Oro. BS Criminology, etc. Ayan, ang dami. Hello daw, sabi nila. Di ba gwapa kami ni Chris? Ha? Gwapa. Sabi kayo totoo ha? Kailangan sabihin nyo, opo.
Yes daw, shout out, di ba? Kaya Tita Jill, let's call in our first guest na, di ba?
Sige, ano na tayo? Tawagin na natin ang ating first guest for tonight. Our first guest leads the sustainability integration of Globe Telecom under its sustainability and social responsibility arm. He's also the co-founder of Dream Big Pilipinas, an NGO that uses sports to provide better educational opportunities to disadvantaged youth. Aside from that, he was a member of the Global Shapers community and was among the Philippine representatives to the World Economic Forum. Most recently, he was made an honoree of the Gentee Leaders of Tomorrow program. Let's all virtually welcome Mr. Miguel Bermundo. Hi, Miguel.
Hi, Jing. Kamusta? Good to be here.
Oo, miss
Hi,
ka na
Chris.
namin.
Hi.
Yeah, Jing, Chris, do you want me to share the screen already? Should we proceed?
Later. Gusto lang namin makita
Sige.
muna ang kagwapuhan mo.
Sige.
O, 'di ba? Pang-artista ang peg ni Miguel. Ayan, walang panama sa kanya si Dave na napangasawa ni Aramina. 'Di ba? Wala talaga. Miguel, swapo ka dun. Okay, next, ang atin pong pangalawang makakasama for tonight ay isang trained cybercrime investigator. Hindi si Gas Abelgas ha. With experiences in handling cybercrimes and other investigation of the offenses or of offenses committed through the use of computer device. She was formerly assigned at the Anti-Fraud Division of the National Bureau of Investigation. Currently, she is an investigation agent assigned to the Cybercrime Division of the National Bureau of Investigation. So siya po ay ang atin pong bisita ngayon, ang kinatawan ng NBI, si Attorney Cristia Amores. Hi, Attorney!
Good evening po. Good evening.
Good evening, Attorney!
Thank
Ayan.
you for having us.
Thank you for accepting our invitation. And our last guest speaker for today is the former president of the Philippine Guidance and Counseling Association, a premier and PRC accredited and integrated professional organization for the counselors of the country. Not only has she authored several books on career decision-making for the youth, on anti-bullying, and on remote play, but she's also a radio host. Ayan, kasama natin to sa teleradyo. Ang kanila pong programa ay Wonder Teacher. Currently, she is a consultant for Unilab Foundation, Rex Publication, Project Inclusion, and Child Fam Possibilities Psychological Solutions, as well as the guidance counselor or guidance director for the FEU Manila and Makati. Let's all welcome Dr. Sheikh Hoxon. Hi, Dr. Sheikh.
Hello, great to see you again, Jing, and of course, thank you, Chris, and the Pinos forwarder. No, really magandang gabi po sa inyo, and it is an honor to really be here and serving the youth for tonight. Maraming salamat po.
Oo, thank you for coming. Feeling ko nasa teleradyo lang ako, puro rin natin tong mga to, suki rin natin yung mga bisita natin. No? Exciting night for all of us. So first of all, I have a question for all of you, for our guests, at sa inyo po ha, ng mga nanonood sa atin sa Zoom, sa Facebook, at sa YouTube in general. How safe do you feel online? So rate on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being the highest and 1 being the lowest. How safe do you feel online? So yung mga participants po natin sa Zoom, sa Facebook, and sa YouTube, feel free to share sa atin pong comments or chat box ang inyong mga sagot. Naku, sunod-sunod. Chris, grabe. Yung mga sagot nila, sunod-sunod. So habang sumasagot po yung live audience natin, tinitignan ni Chris ang inyong mga sagot. Let's ask our speakers. O Miguel, ikaw, how safe do you feel online? Ano bang rating mo?
Ngayon, mga 3 siguro. There are a lot of things that are going on na ang gaganda, nakaka-inspire, good for mental health, pero kasabay din yan, ang daming hindi din. So, it's hard to know every day what you're going to see. So, ako 3 ako.
Okay, how about Attorney Cristia?
For me, siguro mga 3.5. Kasi safe naman siya eh. May contribution lang din tayo as users dun sa mga pagkakamali online. So, I think it's good pa rin siya.
Expert ka, Attorney, sa pagtitiyak no, na safe online ang mga pinopost natin. Mamaya, share mo sa amin yan. Ha? Doc Sheikh, ikaw naman.
Ako siguro round off ko na lang. So 4, I think, because very important po kasi ngayon talaga yung digital well-being, no? So if we have the digital well-being, which is now one of the chunks of well-being, and digital netizenship, siguro mapoprotektahan din natin ang ating sarili. So meron yung one, which is definitely external that we cannot really control.
Yung mga rating po ng guests natin, hindi nalalayo sa rating ng ating participants. 3, 4, so doon din naglalaro, no? Yung mga rating ng mga nanonood sa atin ngayon. O mamaya balikan natin ha, itong mga participants natin. Uy, napaka-active nila, Attorney Miguel at Doc Shake. Sobrang active. May mga fans ka dito, Attorney ha. Ikaw may pala ka, Attorney ha. Sabi, ganda daw ni Attorney. Paano naman kami ni Doc Shake? Tsaka si Miguel, ha?
At tayo.
Kinaano
Sabi mo
lang,
na kami, attorney.
Pina-Alaska ko lang si Attorney. Pero mamaya po ha, may chance po kayo to interact with all of our guests. So you can send in your questions later sa Q&A portion. At para po masagot nila yung inyong mga tanong or baka may suggestions kayo. May nakatutok po ng mga moderators sa ating mga platforms. So padala nyo lang po dyan ang ating mga tanong. Pero for now, magkakaroon muna po tayo ng isang short activity lang para po masiguro na buhay tayo ngayong gabi. So Chris, pagdating sa usaping pera, si Chris yan. Ako, impormasyon lang sagot ko. Pero yung premyo at pera, Chris yan. Go, Chris.
Yes. So yeah, thank you so much, Tita Jing. So magkakaroon lang tayo ng icebreaker for tonight at ito ay pinamagatang Guess the Emoji. So I think lahat naman tayo gumagamit ng emoji, di ba? Pag nagte-text tayo. So simple lang ang ating game. We will flash sets of emojis sa ating screen and you have to identify terms related to our topic today na ipinapahiwatig ng mga ito. So we will pick one winner from Zoom and one winner from Facebook or YouTube for each item. So winners will be picked in random. Kaya go ka lang ng go, share ka lang ng share ng sagot. So ang mapapanalunan nyo dito ay 200 peso globe load. And reminder lang to be able to claim your prize. Gaya ng sinabi namin ni Tito Jing kanina, kailangan ay you have to answer our evaluation form na ipa-flash mamaya. Kaya, ready na ba kayo? Subtype niyo kung ready na kayo para makita ko naman na ready, ganyan. Oh, may nag-G, ready game. Okay, let's go. Our first item or first line is, ayan, yung emoji na yan. Ano kaya yan? Diba? May mga sumagot yan. Nakikita ko na yung mga tamang sagot. So, correct kayo. Karamihan sa inyo ay catfish. The answer is catfish. Okay. Next slide, we have this one. Ay, may pagunting, may paaso, at may mama. Diba? Ano yan? May nakita akong sagot, pero di ko na lang sasabihin kung ano yun. Yung nakita ko. Okay, may groomer, barber, scam, animal abuse, cyberbullying. Pero tingnan nga natin kung tama yung mga sagot na yan. Next slide. Yan, ang tamang sagot ay grooming. Okay, ang last item for today. We have, tatlong emojis yan. Ano kaya yan? Diba? May bagang pera. Yan ang gusto natin. So, natin yumaman. Yan, scammer, fraud. Okay, medyo malapit na doon. Okay, tingnan nga natin kung tama ang inyong sagot. Ang tamang sagot ay identity theft. So, ang mga mods natin ay working on to figure out kung sino yung mga nanalo ng prizes tonight. So, congratulations sa inyo. Tita Jing? Yan, congrats again.
Ayan. So, congratulations. So, more prizes later on, ha? More games. So, just stick around. Marami po tayong gimmick, pakulo, at higit sa lahat, impormasyon na ibabahagi po sa inyong lahat. So, thank you, Chris. Ako, mukhang active yung mga nanonood sa atin, ha? At hyped up na po tayong lahat. O, hindi ko na patatagalin. Unahin na po natin yung ating first speaker, si Miguel Bermundo. So we're here with Miguel to have a deeper knowledge and understanding of online safety and security. And this is very important because we are relying more and more on the internet to connect with our families, our friends, and to be able to access information for school and work, lalo na po ngayong lockdown. So narito po siya ngayong gabi para ibahagi ang kampanya ng Globe laban sa illegal online activities at mga tips para maging ligtas ang ating online experience. Kaya naman, to teach us how to be E-Ligtas, let's call in Mr. Miguel Bermundo.
Thank you, Ms. Jing. Good evening po sa lahat. Ako po si Miguel Bermundo. And today, I'd like to invite everyone to take note of all the questions you have. This will be a short presentation. Ito ay isang pagpapakilala. And part of this, hindi po ako yung magpapakilala. Papakilala ko po yung globe, the side of globe that you probably don't see very often. Sa globe, everyone knows that we are a business and part of our service is in mobile tech. Pero madami po kaming ginagawang beyond business. So this is what the talk is today. When we say sustainability in globe, malaking bagay po yan. But sustainability is being able to be responsible for creating responsible business operations. And we do that through a purpose that we mandate all our Globe employees, we call them ka-Globe, to live by. Yan po siya. I don't want to go into details para po makita niyo yung key message. No? But what I wanted to share is Globe is committed to deliver and address the UN Sustainable Development Goals. What are these? For those that are not familiar, the UN mandated and invited countries, governments, and even the private sector to address up to 17 different different sustainable development goals. Sa 17 na yon, Globe is committed to addressing those. And we will discuss that later on. No? But the topic of today is on digital safety, digital security, and online citizenship and responsibility. So how do we do that? No? And why do we do that? So Globe, as a business, connects Filipinos nationwide through our network, through mobile, through internet. We are in the business of putting people online. But part of our purpose is to make sure anyone we put online is protected and is responsible when they are online. So our role is also beyond business. We make sure our subscribers are safe and protected. So kailangan we are able to educate our subscribers very well. So digital well-being and online safety of all Filipinos matters to Globe. And how? Una sa lahat, we invest in infra so that we are able to join government in blocking thousands of sites that come in. This could be illegal sites. This could be illegal pornographic sites. This could be also illegal abusive sites. We call this OSAEC, online sexual abuse and exploitation of children. Madami pong sites na that just keep popping up, no? And we join the government and different non-profit organizations to join the fight against OSAEC. The second is investment in different platforms to help protect our subscribers. Everyone knows Bantay Bata 163. Globe was able to make this toll-free to all Globe and TM subscribers. Ibig sabihin yan, if you, for those who do not know, if you type *1 for 163 on your phone, libre po yan. No matter how long you talk to the person on the other line, libre po yan kahit wala po kayong load. Hopeline is is a mental health hotline 24/7, and it is meant to help youth, adults of all ages to tackle depression, to tackle any mental and emotional challenge. Libre po ito at paggamit nyo po ang Globe or TM line, libre din po. You can talk to them as long as you want kahit wala po kayong load. And as a business, we also have platforms like Consulta, which is telehealth consultation and Health Now. Yun, so we invest in platforms for the wellness of our subscribers. Sa kanan po there is we call them international partnerships. We take on different international partnerships from UNICEF, Plan International, Canadian Center of Child Protection. All of these are in service of the previous things we've been discussing. It's protecting our subscribers, whether they help us in blocking sites or they help us with the wellness of Filipinos. The third, the fourth, which is at the center of this, it's investment in education, which for us is the most important. Yan po yung tinatawag naming the digital thumbprint program. And that would be the main topic that I wanted to discuss today. When we talk about advocating online responsibility, nandyan po yung digital thumbprint program. This is the award-winning series of workshops. Libreng workshops po ito. Before we used to do it face-to-face, pero ngayon, virtual. And then we also have an e-module, a digital module that we provide for free. It aims to increase public understanding and appreciation of the online world. So this is one of the Globe's flagship programs, and this is present. This is made accessible to all Filipinos who can go online. 5 po yung modules dyan, and these modules are anywhere from 20 minutes to about an hour. You have digital insight, which is online safety and security of netizens. It talks about how do I protect my online accounts, how do I keep myself safe from online hackers, threats, abuses online. Digital impact is the second one, and it talks about online responsibility and etiquette. How do you directly and indirectly influence or contribute to cyberbullying? Napakalaking bagay ang cyberbullying ngayon. And this module helps people know how to manage it when you're part of it and manage it if you're watching it take place. Digital discernment, napakalaking bagay din po yan. This tackles fake news. This is very important to us because discernment helps us understand if what we read online is questionable or credible. And yung credible sana yung isi-share lang natin. And we find ways to stop those that are not credible and questionable to stop from spreading. Digital ambition is for a more mature netizen. This is empowerment and leadership online. How can you use the power of technology to make a difference to yourself and to other people, to your community and to your country, which is what I think Pinas Forward is doing a really good job of bringing everyone together. The last and definitely not the least is the parent module. Ang parent module is a combination of all of these modules for parents so that an educated parent is able to educate their children on how to be safe. So this is all about creating safety, digital safety from the home. Ayan po. This just shows what we've been doing. This has been going on for several years. We have directly impacted millions of students, several thousand teachers. We are present in all 17 regions, and we are very proud that we partnered with DepEd so that all this content is present in the DepEd curriculum for K-12. So all of these content is in one shape or form part of the curriculum of DepEd. Apart from doing the workshops, we also invested in research to find out, gumagana ba to? Does it create behavioral change? So we've seen from third-party research that those who attend and complete the program are careful, are more discerning, and are more watchful of what they do, say, and post when online. And that for us is the most important. Long as we all decide and make well-informed decisions, I think that makes for a safer digital Philippines. I just wanted to put 2 more slides. This is one slide that is about protecting your password. Part of the workshop is leading you to a website like this. Let me just open it for you. Ayan, live po to. This is howismypassword.net. This is one of the first level learnings. So for those that are not sure what a strong password is, if you, ano ba ang usual password? Password. So if you type password, it will tell you how fast a hacker can hack into your account. So obviously, if you put password, instantly yung lalabas. What if I put my name? I put my name, Miguel. Medyo mabilis din siya. So this tells you how to build your password. What if I put Miguel with caps? Kulang pa. What if I put my birthday on it? Iba na. If I put a symbol, if I put all caps or a combination of caps, these are ways, simple ways for us to protect ourselves when online and protecting others when online. So that's just a small sample of what we do in these workshops. Marami pang iba. I want to end with this. There are face-to-face workshops and virtual workshops that we do, and we invite schools, communities to bring us to their community so we could do this as many times as we can. But obviously, madami pong hindi makaka-witness ng aming physical and virtual trainings. So what we do is we've released a series of e-modules. And this is available on YouTube. This is available on our websites. So you could just type in Digital Thumbprint Program, lalabas at lalabas po yan. I just want to show you just a few, maybe a full minute of this, and then I'll stop it for you guys to look at later on.
Malaking bahagi na ng ating buhay ang internet. Bukod sa social media, gaming, videos, importante rin ito para sa ating pag-aaral. Lalo na ngayon that we're living in the new normal. Maraming magandang dulot ang internet, pero kaakibat nito ay mga posibleng panganib. Through DTP's e-modules, matututunan natin ang wasto at responsableng paggamit ng internet, cyber safety, online behavior at iba pang mga kaalaman para masiguro that you're safe and protected in the digital world. Bakit sila? Naman. There are so many things to love about being connected, but we have to guard ourselves against any form of online abuse. Isa sa pang-aabuso online ay ang cyberbullying. Ang cyberbullying is bullying that takes place over digital devices like cell phones, computers, and tablets.
Yan. I want to stop there. Kasi mahaba po yan, and there are so many other modules for everyone to see when online. So we invite you to go through it and to enjoy the modules digitally in a self-paced manner. I want to end there, and I think right now, there will be some questions. I'm here to answer as many questions as I can. Hopefully, with the dialogue today, we can help make the Philippines a safer digital community. Maraming salamat and good evening.
Thank you, Miguel. Virtual applause. Thanks, Miguel. And ako po, since because of Bantay Bata, I know firsthand, really how committed Globe is and Miguel personally is to this advocacy. Malaking tulong po yung pagbibigay nila ng libreng access sa 163. So Miguel, thank you for that. Hindi nyo lang po alam kung gaano karaming buhay ng mga bata ang nailigtas sa pamamagitan ng libreng access na yan. At syempre, maraming pamilya po, ngayon, kasi because of the pandemic, yung 163, kahit na hindi sumbong tungkol sa bata o hindi sumbong sa pang-aabuso, marami pong tumatawag sa 163 for mental health, for mental counseling, or also to ask for assistance sa ating mga pantawid ng pag-ibig program. So, Miguel and Globe, maraming salamat. Sinasabi natin, online, kailangan authentic. So, Globe and Miguel, hindi ako endorser ng Globe, pero they're really authentic pagdating po sa campaign for online safety. And salamat sa pagpusta sa kabataan, Miguel. I actually tried out yung How Secure Is My Password website Ba, okay yung password ko. Sabi nung website, Miguel,
Masaya
it
siyang
will...
gamitin eh.
Oo,
Kasi
tsaka ang bilis, no? So I typed in my password, sabi niya, it will take 3 years for a hacker to get my password, to hack my password.
in the second year, palitan mo na po, Jing.
And then I put in something else, no? May tinype akong
Yep.
whatever. Naging 12,000 years. So, okay na yun.
Pwede na.
Pwede na. So send in your questions, guys. Samantalahin natin na nandito si Miguel para po sagutin ang inyong mga tanong. Again, the digital thumbprint program, which Miguel explained to us, and their advocacy on empowering parents as well. To me, I believe those are very important. Ako, parent po, pero dahil hindi ko ang mundo ninyo, yung mga 20 to 30 years old na nasa natin ngayon, no? Nanonood sa atin ngayon, marami po kaming kailangan matutunan yung henerasyon namin. Pagdating sa paggabay sa mga bata, kung paano gagamitin ang internet safely, no? Okay, so puntahan muna natin yung question mula kay Michelle Lynn Cueto Paramio ng Los Baños, Laguna. Ayan, working parent, tama ba to? So working parent. Ayan, as a working parent na hindi 24/7 tutok sa 12, 9 at 5-year-old kids ko, ano po bang ibang paraan para maging cyber protected po sila? Uy, maraming may ganyang problema, Miguel.
Yeah, thank you, Jing. Working parent na walang time po para turuan yung mga bata. Usually pag ganyan, there is access to internet. So paano yung supervision? So I think ang importante is communication between parents and the child. Kasi especially in the development years, no, we don't want them to see the internet as a very harmful, a harmful platform. It's a place to learn. It's a place to do so many different empowering things. So importante lang that with that, there's also responsibility from balance. Don't do it all the time. There are more things in life than nakatutok sa internet. But the internet can be so nurturing for everyone. But I think for protection, communication lang po ang kailangan.
Thank you for your answer. And Michelle, congratulations. Dahil sa pagsali mo sa ating talakayan, ayan, nanalo ka na 300 pesos na GCash. So hintayin mo lang yung message ng ating team para makuha mo yung premyo mo. And of course, sasagutin din po natin yung mga questions ng ating viewers mula sa Facebook, YouTube, at Zoom para kay Miguel. Okay, question from Alieza Garcia. Do you recommend for parents to take the passwords of their children and open their social media accounts? Miguel, that's a controversial question. Do you recommend for parents to take the passwords of their children and open their social media accounts? From Eliaza Garcia. Go, Miguel.
Madaming layers po yan eh. Kasi you're not just talking about the safety of the children, but your relationship in the family as a whole. Diba? So there comes to a point where a parent really needs to take care of their children and they do what needs to be done. Having said that, the way it is done has an impact to the family relationship. So I think we have to weigh those. Siyempre, pag nanganganib, a parent will do what they need to do. But let's also not resort to that, knowing that there are other ways to do it without breaking the relationship. Diba? These could be life-changing occurrences in the family. So you don't want to break trust. You don't want to, diba? So I think all of it has to be taken on a larger scale. Hindi siya ganun kasimpleng, okay, let's all do it para to keep your kids safe.
Sige, dagdagan ko rin yung kay Miguel, no, as a parenting advocate. Maganda po mga parents na paliwanag natin sa mga anak natin bakit natin gustong makuha yung password nila And paliwanag din po natin na hindi natin aabusuhin yung tiwalang yun. Kasi di ba Miguel, sabi nga ni Miguel, several layers, no? So layer of trust, and it goes both ways. So ipagkakatiwala nung anak sa atin yung password, pero ibig sabihin, di rin po natin pwedeng basta-bastang masira yung tiwalang yun, na basta-basta lang din natin i-access yung kanyang social media account. So kailangan meron po tayong kasunduan dun sa ating mga anak. Ayan. Okay, so we have a question from the audience. Live on cam. We'd like to call on Shera May Gochuko. Hello, Shera May.
Hello po.
Hi, Shara.
Magandang gabi po. Ako po si Shera May Gochuko. Galing po ako sa Cagayan de Oro National High School. Ako po ay guro. Gusto ko lang pong itanong kay Sir Miguel, may mga tips po ba kayo para sa aming mga school teachers para ma-ensure po yung online security ng aming mga students? Yan po. Salamat po.
Yeah. Shara, public school? Private school?
Yes po.
Anong grade?
Public. Grade 7 po. High school.
So yun yung mga nasa Facebook pero bata pa masyado para mag-Facebook, I think. So critical yan. So I think dapat united ang stand ng school, ng parents. So it goes back again to communication. I know I work for Globe, pero I'm a big believer of the education of the digital thumbprint program. So if you want this in your school, we can provide this straight to your students, straight to your teachers, but we can also do train the trainers. We have a certification program for teachers. Para po, karga nyo na yung training na to. You can update it any way you want. It will take its own form with you. So these are trainings we do for free. We just do it as fast as the requests come in. So kahit saan man, it doesn't have to be in NCR. It could be in Cebu, Mindanao, Visayas. Yan po. You can reach us through Pinas Forward. We will give our contact details. Well, Pinas Forward has our contact details. So pwede po kaming mabigyan ng email or requests for these things. We'll be happy to help.
Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Shera May. Okay, next we have a question from one of our participants. From Joshua Andre, how do we protect ourselves when we encounter suspicious emails or links that sometimes look like authentic websites, such as banks and social media? And how can we differentiate it from those fake and those authentic websites? So how do you differentiate the fake from the authentic website?
Every time there's something too good to be true, be careful. Yun muna yung rule of thumb. It's hard to give a clear answer on how to spot something that's fake kasi taon-taon, hindi nga isang taon eh. In a matter of weeks, what was easy to spot before, ngayon hindi na. And ngayon, even yung mukha mo pwede nasa sine. Diba? That's how complicated and sophisticated things are. So when it comes to things that matter to you, for example, your information, that's very important. That's power online. Or bank details, or family details. So be careful what you share online because information is power. And anytime something good, like a really good promo comes in, a message that you don't know where it came from, ang automatic is wag mo munang buksan. Pag-aralan mo muna. Ask around. Kasi there are times, ang latest na ano ko is, mahilig kasi ako sa mga sports brands. There was a 95% discount if you send them your email address. Tapos, I had to cross-check that. Nag-check ako ng scam and I used the same title. Lumabas scam pala siya. So things like that. Find ways to counter-check before you open something that looks too good to be true. So hope that helps.
Okay, from Nina Zabalia, how do we know that our account is already hacked? What are the signs?
So depends on what account you're talking about. If you're talking about a social media account, if it's hacked, it's usually that hindi ka na makapasok. If it's a bank account na God forbid hindi yun mangyari, then baka na kung ano ng transactions na parang nakuha kayo ng credit card. Ganon. But for social media accounts, you'll find out because usually it will be activated for something. There's usually an intent. It's not just to hack it in general. Gagamitin siya. So your friends will likely tell you immediately.
Okay, ito magandang tanong ni G. Clark. Tanong ko rin to. How can we protect ourselves if those applications we use, like Google and Facebook, are collecting data or information?
Yeah. So there are really nice websites online that tells you what the terms and conditions are every time you agree to sharing your information. So all of these are done legally. Ibig sabihin, when you download any app platform, they ask you to check a box. That box, if you check the link, ang hahaba niya. It's a long contract that it's hard to understand. But there are websites online that help you understand it in a few bullets. And dun mo siya pwedeng itimbang kung if it's worth doing or worth using and not worth using. No? So I think that should help you. But for the smaller apps that are lesser known, I think that's when you have to be careful. It always pays to read the agreements and signing off your information.
Okay, next, Rosel Quisado. Safe pa rin po ba kahit hindi mo i-log out
No,
ang FB account mo and other social media accounts po?
it's never safe. So make it a practice to log off, especially if you are using internet cafe. So pag naubusan ka, kunwari yung mga piso net, umiram ka ng isa pang piso just to disconnect. You know, you don't know who the next person will be using that computer.
Pero kung sarili mo naman, Miguel, so in your house or sa sarili mong laptop, okay lang?
Yeah, it is. It depends kung sino mga kasama mo. But it also depends on how strong your login details are on your phone. So make sure, for example, kahit nakabukas yung phone mo, pag hindi mo ginagamit, hihingi na kagad ng password or even better, facial recognition. Nowadays, laptops with a camera also can enable facial recognition, which is the strongest.
Okay, ito maganda yung question niya. Paano po? Okay, where do I go for help if my family or I have been a victim of an online scam or cybercrime? From Ray Saludes.
NBI and
Mamaya,
PNP, yeah, maganda yung, I'm looking forward to that talk. But they have hotlines and they have websites where you could reach out to them if you want to create a legal case against someone or even just report and ask for advice. So maganda pong programa yung the one with PNP and NBI.
Okay, next, si Stephen Paul. Tanong ko lang po tungkol sa mga malicious tag sa Facebook. Ano po yung other ways maliban sa unfollow the person to avoid at para hindi matag?
That will be the number one. Once you untag, unfollow, unsubscribe, it will no longer be visible to you unless you look for it.
Okay.
And the more something is tagged, mas lalabas na suspicious siya sa public.
O ito maganda yung question ni Kian. As a student po, paano po if I'm not comfortable being watched all the time, pero required po ng school na always on cam ako? Am I losing a bit of my privacy or the school needs to be better po? So parang hindi na malinaw yung dulo, no?
So may alam ako mga private schools who require this, but that kasama siya dun sa mga security measures of the school. So some schools have really good security measures to ensure na kahit naka-online ka, protektado virtually yung mga students. So it's worth asking your school what are the protection measures because they might not even be aware. So conversations like that matter kasi so that mag-improve po yung security measures ng school.
Okay, next. In Facebook po from Teresa Aguila. in Facebook po, pwede na ma-lock ang profile. Makatutulong po ba talaga ito para maging secure yung accounts namin and to prevent hackers from hacking our account?
Yeah, I think hacking is a sign of some neglect or gap in your safety measures and your privacy settings. So just make sure you put the maximum. Kung kaya nyo, it's always good to put the maximum security measures, all the way to having a two-step verification from your phone. So that if someone uses your account without your knowledge, hindi siya basta-basta makapasok.
Ito, maganda yung kay G. Clark. Is it okay to store passwords in Google Keep?
That is, if you know where it goes, baka hindi ka komportable. Because all of these goes to a server. And even if it's secure, there are people who can, in principle, look at that anytime they want. So for me, I'm not comfortable putting it there. There has to be a way to physically hide it somewhere para ikaw lang po ang makakalaman nun.
So isusulat mo na lang, Miguel. So
Yeah.
back to the pen and paper.
Yeah, so one thing that many people might not know about YouTube, for example, is when you sign up, you agree that anything you delete on YouTube is technically not deleted. It's just not seen in your account, but it's still in the server. YouTube does not delete for you. So if you have something incriminating or something embarrassing, knowing that it's still somewhere and exists is uncomfortable. So it's better also to know your what you sign off on.
Okay,
Out
naku,
of data
dahil pang
privacy.
questions dito, Miguel.
Go lang po.
Next, si Leia May Barulo. How to stop po kung marami ang nagpa-pop up na notification sa phone mo? Is it your
Spam.
email account
You
change
can,
or ano po ba?
yeah, it could be. It depends where it's coming from. So if it's coming from the same source, if you report it as spam, your email software will detect it and it will no longer appear on your active inbox.
Okay. Last question. Other than the educational programs, are there measures that telecommunication providers like Globe take to ensure the security of their consumers from being victims of scams and other criminal activities?
It's a great question. So we are in partnership with the ICT. Actually, all telcos are answerable to the ICT, and the ICT tells us which websites software needs to be blocked, and we block that in a matter of minutes as soon as they tell us to block it. So there's a public-private collaboration to make sure all Filipinos are safe.
Do you have any parting shots, Miguel?
Please visit our website po, Globe, or you can search Globe Sustainability. Our emails are there. We will also post this with Pinas Forward. So if anyone wants to reach us for the educational programs and to bring it to your area, your school, your teachers, your community, nandito po kami para sa inyo.
Ayun. Are you active online, Miguel, if they need to reach out sa Facebook? Ano ba?
Yes, you can. You can message me on Facebook. My name, Miguel Bermundo, will appear on Facebook. And they can, if they would like, pwede po sa Messenger.
Ayun. Okay. So thank you, Miguel. Thank you for sharing with us those information. Uy, natuto ko dun sa how secure is my password.
Yeah. I'll also, Ms. Jing, I will also
Oh.
leave our company email address on the chat so anyone can reach us if they'd like to work with us.
Ayan. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, virtual applause tayo sa atin pong bisita, ang ating Senior Manager for Sustainability Integration mula po sa Globe, Mr. Miguel Bermundo. Yay! Thank you, Miguel. Sa ulitin, ayan, dami nating natutunan dun, ha? So, busog na po tayo sa impormasyon. Kaya hindi na tayo padadalhan ng Pinas Forward ng dinner. Kasi busog na raw tayo. So, thank you guys for having been so participative. Ang daming questions. Sorry hindi natin natanong lahat. Pero binigay naman ni Miguel yung kanyang contact information. Please reach out to him. Or you can also reach out to Globe para naman masagot yung inyong mga katanungan. Next, ayan. Bitin ba tayo doon? Kanina may nagtanong, no? What do we do? Where do we go? Diba? How do we report if we have been victims of scams? Ito na po ang sasagutin ng ating susunod na speaker. So yung susunod po nating speaker ay tutulong sa ating mag-identify ng threats online at steps kung ano po ang ating gagawin kung tayo na biktima o naka-witness ng cybercrime. So let's all give the virtual floor to Attorney Cristia Lorenzo. Hi, Attorney. Ayan, while waiting for Attorney Cristia.
Yes po, Attorney Cristia Amores po.
Amores.
Yes po.
Hi, Attorney.
Good evening po. I'll be sharing my screen. Yes, so many questions about legal actions, right? So I'll be discussing about the legal actions for victims of online danger. So before we start, let's start with a phrase, a popular phrase from our Chief Vic Lorenzo. No, son, you were born. You were not downloaded. Why is this so? Because basically, virtual world is the same as the physical world. Why do we say that? Every transactions, every connections, every friend that we got online, it's just the same that we do previous years that we don't have internet, we don't have social life online. It's just the same. But nowadays, the effect of the virtual world and the transactions and connections online are even deeper than what we have in the physical world. So let us all be reminded that we are not about all virtual, but we have this physical world. Yes, we have this several cases. Example, the phishing, investment scams, different fraud, child pornography, the online sexual exploitation of children online, the utility scam, the cyberbullying, particularly the cyber libel. So it is in direct proportion with the existence of the pandemic online. The existence of ECQ, MECQ, GCQ, MGCQ, and all the Qs, the quarantine issues in the Philippines right now, it is in direct proportion with the increase of number of crimes like for phishing. Because as we focus more on staying at home, we tend to a lot more time online. And the same as the perpetrators or the criminals online. So what do we do? Basically, we have the National Bureau of Investigation and the Philippine National Police. For the NBI, we have the Cybercrime Division, and for the PNP, they have this ACG or the Anti-Cybercrime Group. They are the people mandated to investigate the cybercrimes. So kung meron po kayong problema, particularly involving yung mga transactions natin online, we have the PNP Cybercrime Division, PNP Anti-Cybercrime Group, and the NBI Cybercrime Division. So what do we do? It is not all about the ones and the zeros, but basically it's about our mindset. We cannot say that I cannot stop them. We have our ways on how to protect ourselves online. And we cannot just limit ourselves on not doing internet transactions because this is our way of life nowadays. It gives us benefit. It somehow gives us convenience. So we cannot just stop doing it just to stop these perpetrators and committing crimes against us. That's not the way how we think about it. Kasi we should always think about that using the internet should not be overweighed by the crimes that's happening online. So legal actions. Let's now proceed with the legal actions. What can we do if you're the victim? Basically, we document everything. by making a screenshot of the conversation if it's online. If it is through the social media, the Facebook, the Instagram, we should preserve the URL or the link of the Facebook of the persons we had transactions with. And of course, we should prepare narration of facts. What happened during the transactions? What did you do? Is it a kind of financial fraud or love scam or identity theft or cyberbullying? And then file this complaint directly to the NBI or the PNP because we need the documentation so that we can have the basis or the pieces of evidence that we can track online. We cannot just base our investigations on your narrations. We have to have this concrete evidence like the URL, the name or the username of the accounts used online, the number used to call you, the emails or the email that somehow compromised. We should get this information before we proceed with formal investigation. So we don't just go and prepare our story that we were scammed online, we were bullied online. We need concrete evidence and start off the proper printing of pieces of evidence. Documentation po ang importante. So that's a very brief information about our procedures or the legal actions that you can do. So document agad and then proceed to the authorities. Again, I repeat, the benefits of the internet should not be overweighed by the crimes online. Wag tayong matakot gumamit ng internet. Wag tayong hesitate na mag-enter into transactions using other utilities online. But we should always be aware of the red flags. Again, madaling magsumbong. The legal action is very simple. You just proceed with the NBI or the PNP, but the investigative procedures or work is very tedious. So mahabang proseso po ito. We have sets of digital investigation or cyber investigation, and we also do traditional investigation. Marami ako nababasa about kanina about yung mga digital footprints or digital breadcrumbs, that how we call it. Again, in the previous speaker talked about too good to be true. Totoo po yun. If it's too good to be true, maybe it's not true at all. This is a kind of red flag that we should be aware of. If the offer is so enticing, huwag tayong enter into transaction. So basically, the legal actions, diretso lang po tayo kasi hindi natin to magagawa mag-isa, especially if we have these dummy accounts. Our informations are only numbers or emails from certain persons. So, yun po. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that, Attorney Cristia Amores. Again, guys, please send in your questions sa Zoom, sa Facebook, and of course sa YouTube. Before I go to the questions, on Facebook and Zoom, meron po tayong katanungan dito mula po sa ating registered audience. Mula kay Erica Sid from Malinaw, Albay. Ayan, ipagpalagay po natin na naibigay ko ang aking mga impormasyon sa isang spam o scam na website. Anong maaari kong gawin na susunod na hakbang para mapigilan na magamit ang impormasyong ito laban sa akin? Uy, maganda yung tanong niya. Attorney.
This is very common po, no? Kasi yung mga information na naibibigay natin, aside from na-scam na nga tayo online, nagagamit ba ito sa panloloko ng ibang tao? So what do we do? Pag may mga information tayong naibigay, let's say premature pa yung case ng identity theft kasi wala pa naman naibibigay na, or wala pa namang nagagamit against you, but we should inform the public and the NBI or the PNP na may napagbigyan tayo ng information natin para aware din yung public na posibleng may gumamit ng information nyo. It's not only through communication dun sa mga perpetrators, pero yung mga scammers din kasi is what they do is yung pag may nakuha silang information sa mismong card lang or napulot lang, nagagawa din nilang gamitin yung information ng tao. So what do we do is report sa NBI na may possible identity theft na mangyari, and then inform also the public. Like ang una nilang kasing target is yung mga posibleng tao na sa mga FB market, sa mga social media markets, and then ginagamit nila yung information nyo to create yung account din sa mga utilities. So meron tayong mga utility scams like nagamit yung information to create a GCash account, PayMy account. Yan po.
Okay, ayan. So thank you, Attorney Cristia, at syempre, congratulations, Erica, sa pagsali mo sa ating discussion. Nanalo ka rin ng 300 pesos na GCash. Hintayin mo yung message from our moderators para makuha mo rin ang iyong premyo. Next, let's go to a Zoom viewer who wants to ask a question. Here is Grace Jean Pait, a student from Cagayan de Oro.
Hello po. Good evening. I'm Grace Paet, second year BS Psychology student at Xavier University Ateneo de Cagayan. So ito po yung tanong ko, attorney. Palagay po natin na hindi po ako ang biktima, ang naka-witness ng scam o ng cybercrime. Ano po ba ang pwede kong maging hakbang kung kakilala ko ang online scammer o cybercriminal? Yun po.
You can just directly report it to us. Kasi kung kilala po natin yung criminal or cyber criminal na sinasabi nga, mag-report lang po kayo sa amin and we will conduct a intelligence report about it. So kahit wala po tayong complainant or talagang biktima, pero alam natin kung sino yung posibleng mga tao behind yung mga scamming or mga phishing, and then yung pag-hack, pwede po tayo magsumbong, and then we do the field work and other works para matrace natin or magkaroon tayo ng leads dun sa mga taong yun. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Attorney Cristia. Uy, maraming magandang questions sa Zoom. Naku, sunod-sunod din. Okay. Unahin natin itong okay, question from Rizzy. Can I inquire how to report or remove their accounts right away if they lock their Facebook accounts and use my or someone else's face to perform bad things? Kasi pag nag-report siya, attorney, syempre it will take time for you to process, validate, etc. Ano raw pwede niyang gawin para lang matanggal na dun sa Facebook page nung inireklamo niya yung kanyang information or mukha niya, whatever, no?
With the Facebook po kasi, we don't hold the system of Facebook sa NBI. So it's a separate company na nakiki-coordinate po tayo dyan. So kung gusto po nila ng reporting agad, manual reporting po, individual persons, mass reporting, hindi lang yung single person lang yung nagre-report. If they want to complain po sa amin, then we do the request, i-address namin to sa Facebook po.
Okay. Next question from April Roed. Tungkol sa viral issue po about sa food package sa Cebu, tama po ba ang ginawa niyang pag-live sa Facebook upang magsilbing ebidensya kung sakaling may masamang mangyari o invasion of privacy na po ba yun?
Meron po kasi tayong thin line between dun sa freedom of expression and speech, and syempre sa reporting natin, and then dun sa mga pagkaka-cyber libel natin or the use of our platform para sirain yung iba. If yung motive po nito is ganon, hindi po yun maganda. But if to preserve lang yung information or to assure na tama yung mga ginagawa, I don't see wrong from doing it.
Okay, next, how soon should we report the cyber crimes we witnessed or encountered?
as soon po, pag po naka-experience tayo ng cybercrime, i-report po natin agad. Kasi very tedious, sabi ko po kanina, tedious po ang pag-investigate ng cybercrime. Hindi lang po yung basta nakakita ka ng kriminal, pick upin mo na yan kasi actual mo siyang nakita. It's not like that with the cybercrimes. Kasi we need to follow digital footprints or digital breadcrumbs, and then we should connect it ng mga technical evidence po natin. Hindi yung parang nakita lang natin sa isang crime scene, may nakita tayong ebidensya, and then may nakita tayong i-correlate natin dun sa subject natin. It's not that easy to investigate and find subjects sa cybercrime. So, kung meron man tayong mga crimes, cybercrimes na alam, i-report agad natin.
Okay, ano-ano ang maaaring panagutan ng taong lalabag sa safety guidelines o mga taong ginagamit ang internet sa mga illegal na aktibidad?
Medyo broad po yung tanong niya. Marami po kasing batas na maaaring mapakailaman niyang illegal activities online. So pag may mga ganyan po, we have this RA 10175, particularly po yung Cybercrime Prevention Act. So marami pong sets of penalties and fines po na nandyan. So iba-ibang kaso, iba-iba rin po. So basically, kung may cybercrime related, yung pong RA 10175 po yung major na ba-violate nila.
Okay, from
And then,
Roslyn, okay, go attorney, may pahabol ka?
Aside from RA 10175, meron po kasi tayong mga violations sa Revised Penal Code and then other special laws. So in relation to RA 10175, may mga ganun po.
Okay,
Only a higher degree lang yung penalty.
From Roslyn Hamero, what if we had already documented the evidence, but it was already deleted by the perpetrator or respondent?
Sabi nga po natin, pag naibigay na natin yung information natin online, there's a possibility na it's just out there. Hindi lang basta na-delete siya, wala na tayong traces. So we have these digital breadcrumbs that we can find through the use of certain tools or open source tools. Pwede naman po. Basta na-preserve natin properly yung pieces of evidence para meron tayong pagsimulan.
Although yung screenshots, attorney, will suffice naman?
Yung screenshots po, if it is... dapat po pag screenshot or dapat po print screen through the use of computer or desktop. Kasi po kung cellphone lang, we don't directly capture the URL. So medyo mahina po siya. So dapat yung URL po kita on the face of the printed material.
Pero tinatanggap siya, attorney, as evidence sa court?
Yes po. Yes po.
Okay, next. April Roed Tejada. As a Filipino, we believe in the freedom of speech. Is it safe to use social media as a channel to express ours? What are the limitations?
Siyempre po, as I've discussed earlier, di ba, may thin line pong nakapagitan dyan sa freedom of speech and expression with yung mga cyber libels. So, pag yung motivation mo is nakakatapak na rin ng ibang tao or nakakaapekto na rin ng rights ng ibang tao, so basically, that's where the limitations go. Yun po.
Okay, from Reynan Baguio. Attorney, safe po ba na mag-send ng photo of your e-signature? Ganda yung tanong niya.
On what purpose po kasi? Basically, meron po tayong mga systems dyan, mga question documents po ba? Kasi if yung e-signature lang na magagaya natin, ganun, like for pirma sa check, syempre sa atin, virtual world na tayo. So yung mga transactions natin can be online. I cannot say that it is really 100% safe, pero siguro sa atin, on our part, maging vigilant na rin tayo kung kanino natin isi-send, kanino natin, paano natin isi-save. Kasi yung mga banks naman, may mga systems naman sila on how to check kung legit ba yung firma mo or hindi, or yung documents mo, ganun din po. We have this system para ma-check kung same person ba yung pumirma o hindi.
Okay, ito maganda yung question ni Fatima Rubiz. Is it really okay to screenshot the conversation with a scammer as an evidence? Wala po ba mababiolate na law doon? Dahil minsan po nagiging inadmissible yung evidence?
Siguro nagiging inadmissible lang siya kasi yung transaction kasi kapag ka electronic evidence natin yung i-present, kung sino yung naka-receive ng evidence ng messages, siya mismo yung pwedeng taong kumbaga witness sa court regarding dun sa mga messages na nare-receive niya. So wala namang problema doon. Nagiging inadmissible lang siya kung pinresent siya ng ibang tao na hindi naman naka-receive ng messages na yon from the scammers.
Okay, next, may kaso from Marvin. Anthony, may kaso pa po bang may hahabol kapag 1 year na ang lumipas nang may nangyaring cyberbullying at hate post sa FB? What if na-delete na po niya pero may na-print kaming screenshot sa post niya? May habol pa kaya itong kaso? Anong tawag doon, attorney? Prescriptive period?
Yes po. Kasi sa RPC po, yung cyber libel, I'll take it as cyber libel po kasi sa matatanda kasi we don't have this cyberbullying. Pang mga ano lang to, sa Anti-Cyberbullying Act ng mga bata up to secondary. Sa mga matatanda po kasi walang cyberbullying. Mostly, ano po siya, we consider it as a libel case or cyber libel kung saan talagang so malicious yung mga post niya, not only expressions or opinions, kailangan we have these certain elements to consider na libel nga siya. Kasi hindi natin pwede sabihin yung sinabihan ka lang ng pangit, libelous na yun. It's not like that. Kasi sa RPC, yung libel is may 1-year prescription lang. Ito kasing sa cybercrime, medyo ano pa siya we don't have this certain jurisprudence or case law na magsasabi na it can go beyond the 1-year period. So, medyo ano pa yung system natin dyan. So, let's see, malay mo in the future, we can have a case na pwedeng sabihin na it can go beyond the 1-year prescription period.
Attorney, contact information and the hotline ng NBI as well as your parting shots.
Siguro po, mag-email na lang tayo sa ccd@nbi.gov.ph.
Okay,
Ayan po.
ccd@nbi.gov.ph. Ayun.
With our
Okay.
telephone number.
Ayan. So thank you, attorney. Naku, saludo po kami sa buong NBI Cybercrime Division for all the work that you are doing to ensure that the internet becomes a safer place para po sa aming lahat, lalong-lalo na yung mga kabataan. Thank you po. So
Thank
virtual
you.
applause, guys. Attorney Cristia Amores. Thank you. Ayan, ako, daming mga questions. Hindi na natin maubos. Ito na, last part of our program. So sa isang, ang atin pong paksa naman ngayon ay hindi lamang po para sa mga kabataan, kung hindi sa mga parents, guardians, family members, at maging yung mga teachers. So titignan po natin itong online predatory behaviors from a psychological perspective. So isang report po ng United Nations Populations Fund noong 2020, isa po ang Pilipinas sa may pinakamataas na rate ng teenage pregnancy sa ASEAN. Ayon po sa isang pag-aaral noong 2016, may malaking pagkakaugnayan ang paggamit ng ng mga dating apps sa higher sexual risk behaviors. Kasama na po dito yung unprotected sex that could lead to teenage pregnancies. Nagiging means din po kasi ito ng mga online predator to catfish, groom, at mga love scam. Ayan na yun, ng mga walang kamalay-malay na users. Malaki rin po ang exposure ng mga teenagers sa cyberbullying. Ayon naman po sa isang sa statistics noong 2016, karamihan ng nabibiktima ng cyberviolence ay 13 to 17 years old at pataas ng pataas yung mga kaso ng cyberbullying. Karaniwan po rito ay sa pamamagitan ng verbal abuse at unsolicited sexual messages. Ang mga ito ay talaga naman pong nakakaapekto sa well-being at self-esteem ng ating mga kabataan. So ilan lamang po ito sa mga malalaking threats na hinaharap ng mga teenage users, pati na rin po yung mga pamilya nila. Kaya naman, eto na, atin pong kukonsultahin ang ating susunod na speaker. kaugnay po sa mga roles ng mga magulang, mga kapamilya, at mga kaibigan ng mga individual na nabibiktima ng online predatory behavior. So let's now call on Dr. Sheikh Hoxon. Hi, Doc Sheikh.
Yeah. Hello, good evening. Yeah.
Good evening, Doc.
Hello, Jing. Yeah. Maraming salamat, Tita Jing, for being here, no? And lagi naman tayo may rapport. Kaya,
Oo nga.
na nandito ka pala. Ngayon ko lang nalaman, actually, kanina lang when we start. Great to
Gusto
see
ko tayo surprise, Doc.
You're all, parang everywhere ka naman kasi.
Doc, excited na akong marinig ang iyong mga payo. Dami ng questions kanina, hindi ko...
Magaling ng mga ng ating mga
participants, oo.
I hope po na masagutan ko rin lahat ng mga tanong ninyo kasi ang gaganda, no? Pero talagang mapapaisip ka.
Yes. Maraming questions, Doc. Yung iba, mas para sa iyo eh. So mamaya babalikan ko. Pero take it away, Doc.
Yeah, actually, wala naman po akong presentation talaga, Ma'am Jeng. So, actually, we will already proceed with the question and answer. No? Yeah.
Okay, sige, Doc. Kanina, hindi ko na mabalikan sino yung nagtanong. Ito. Si Crazy.
Meron tayong binigay sila.
Yes.
Ruby. Yeah, thank you, dear. Thank you.
Doc, unahin natin to. Kanina pa to nagtatanong dun pa lang kay Miguel eh. From Crazy. If you've been the victim of cyberbullying, how do you get back on your feet?
Yeah. How do you get back on your feet? Actually, lagi mo po natin tatandaan muna, unahin po muna natin. Talaga po bang cyberbullying yung nangyari? No? So we really need to validate if it is really cyberbullying. Kasi pwede po tayong mag-jump in conclusion. At lagi po natin tatandaan, traditional man yan, or cyberbullying man yan, if there are intentions to hurt the person. At lagi po natin tatandaan na kung ito ay paulit-ulit at hindi talaga aksidente, talagang parang pinupuntirya po kayo, no? At talagang binabash kayo and everything. Ako, the healthier way talaga is you really have to avoid the toxic people. No? Really go for boundaries. So, maganda po talaga na kung pwede i-unfollow nyo or i-block nyo po talaga to safeguard also your sanity. Kasi kung araw-araw na binubuli kayo and talagang nakikita nyo na talagang meron na rin po mga nangyayari sa inyong senyales, no? Yung parang hindi na po kayo nakakatulog, nag-overthink na po kayo ng gusto at parang nag-trigger na po kayo ng anxiety. I think, no? And very important po, collect the evidences, no? As you collect the evidences, of course, hindi po tayo pwede kasing lumaban ng mga parinig lang eh. Because that is not really the legal way. Kaya po yung sinasabi po ni attorney kanina, importante po talaga that you gather. But usually, kung ito naman ay nanggaling sa eskwelahan, meron naman po kayong mga discipline offices dyan. So pwede nyo naman pong hindi ilabas kaagad. So pwede po sa eskwelahan ninyo, i-complain nyo po sa inyong discipline office if you have really the evidences. And of course, mag-seek po kayo ng counseling for psychological processing. Kasi hindi kasi pwede na puro legal way lang. Importante po na maproseso kayo at ma-vent out yung inyong pent-up emotions. No? And of course, very important din po talaga dyan yung self-care, yung pagiging self-kindness, no? Self-forgiving, at saka po yung self-compassion. No? Yung magkaroon po kayo ng mga coping mechanism. So pag may mga ganyan, I think for me, very important po talaga yung maingat po kayo. Meron po kasi tayong model ngayon, yung sa UNICEF, yung digital well-being and citizenship. So number 1, digital foundation. No? So importante po yan sa UNESCO model na hindi po natin pinopost sa lahat, no? Yung ating po mga visa, yung ating mga bahay. No? Usually, di ba, meron tayong home buddies na group. I have nothing against that. It's inspiring. Kaya lang, hindi natin pwede ilagay yung mga addresses natin. Kasi talagang one way or another, nakukuha talaga yung identity natin dyan. No? Digital wellness, healthy screen time po talaga tayo. So talaga pong the technology is really a big disruption. That's why it's very important that you go for family visioning. You go for really family discipline. And very important po talaga na may mga mindfulness activities tayo in between break. At hindi po talaga, kasi in the Hootsuite study, alam niyo po, ito po yung nagbibigay ng galaw at evidence-based research natin sa galaw natin sa teknolohiya, sa e-commerce. Alam niyo, last last year, ang Pilipinas for the 6th years this year. 6 na taon na po tayo, no? And last year, 9 hours, 45 minutes. At ngayon, 10 hours, 56 minutes. Mantakin mo yon kung 10 hours, 56 minutes kang nasa online mo. Naku,
Pagising mo, Dok, pag hindi ka pa nagtutoothbrush at nag-aalmusal, naka-online
Oo,
ka.
pagod ka na, diba? Yeah, kaya very important po yung disiplina sa ating sarili. Yeah.
Dok, balikan kita. Maraming questions dito. Pero Dok, ayusin lang daw off-screen muna tayo. Ayusin lang yata yung audio natin, no? So while we're while we're doing that, ayan. So while we're doing that, balikan lang po natin yung mga natalakay natin kanina, no? So from Miguel Bermundo ng Globe. So makikita po natin, no, na may mga sariling initiatives ang iba't ibang mga kumpanya, and one of them is Globe, to keep us safe online. Pero kasama po doon yung online responsibility, hindi lamang po sa mga kabataan, kung hindi meron din silang module for parents. So parents sa tulad ko, yung mga tita level, 'di ba, na kailangan ding bigyan ng orientasyon kung ano nga ba ang mundo ng Facebook, ng social media, online. And then we went on to the NBI, kay Attorney Crisia Amores, para naman makita natin kung paano tayo magre-report, kung may mga cases. And then of course, nagdagdag siya ng mga tips, no? Halimbawa, pag kukuha tayo ng ebidensya, kailangan daw mas maganda sa computer kasi pag nag-screenshot ka using your cellphone, yung URL daw hindi na kukunan. Importante yun, no, for it to serve as an evidence. Pero sinabi naman niya na pwede niyang gamiting ebidensya, but we just have to make sure kompleto po sa detalye, no, yung atin pong mga dinodokumento. Ayan, the materials, the information, we document, we need to have pertinent information in place para po magamit ito bilang ebidensya. And then of course from there, we went on to Doc Sheikh Hoxon. We want to look into the psychological aspect of all of these online dangers. And maganda yung question kanina, no? Paano ka ba makakabangong muli kung ikaw po ay naging biktima ng cyberbullying? So there are a lot of other questions here, and nandiyan na po si Doc Sheikh.
Yeah,
Doc,
sorry.
maganda yung question niya. Opo. Yes, Doc. Ito, maganda rin yung question niya. Pero Doc, dami kasi. So short and sweet answers tayo, Doc. Ito, paano naapektuhan ng online predatory behavior ang mental health ng mga biktima at mga nakasaksi dito o nakakasaksi dito?
Yeah, of course, very important po. Depende po kasi yan eh. Ang bawat tao kasi ay may different coping mechanism. No? Mayaman ka man or mahirap, Gen Z ka man or millennial or ex-Gen ka man. So depende po talaga yan sa coping mechanism ng tao. No? But very important po talaga na unang-una na dapat yung gawin, no? I do hope that you can talk it out to someone that you trust. No? And of course, you can definitely katulad ng Olympiad natin, 'di ba? Yung isa nating Olympiad sa abroad, yung habang hindi pa siya naglalaro, nagko-crochet siya. Kasi yung anxiety attack na, 'di ba? And then naging gold medalist siya, yung isang guy, no, na player natin. So, very important po talaga yung mga self-care. And of course, I do hope that you also have the humility to go for counseling. No? Kasi hindi naman po lahat ng nagpapa-counseling ay may problema. But you really need to really have an anchor, lalo na po sa panahon na ito. At marami po tayong libreng online counseling, lalo na po sa eskwelahan. At nabigay din po yung Hopeline kanina, at saka yung sa National Center for Mental Health.
Doc, dagdag ko lang, of course, there's the Bantay Bata Hotline 163. and the Philippine Mental Health Association.
Yeah, oo, dahil bored ka na pala doon ngayon, no? Jing, I'm happy to hear that. And then, in my work with the Unila Foundation, we created a digital well-being manual. So palabas na rin po ito, pero itong digital well-being na ito ay nakaangkla sa UNICEF framework ng digital well-being, pero through expressive arts naman, no? So through drawing, through dancing, no? And a lot of activities that will divert your screen time and you become digital. No? Well, digitally well.
Tulong-tulungan, Dok, sa dami, no?
Oh,
Mga dapat. Oo. Ito po, isa pa pong tanong. Bilang kapamilya o kaibigan, paano tayo makapagbibigay suporta sa mga nabibiktima ng mga ganitong klaseng online predatory behavior? Sa karamihan po ng mga instances na ito, laging nagkakaroon ng victim blaming. So, paano ba ito maiiwan?
Yeah, so very important po, no? Pag meron po tayong mga ganong kaso, makinig lang po tayo kung gusto lang naman nilang makinig kayo. No? So, I do hope that you don't be judgmental. No? Huwag niyo po silang i-blame kasi blaming and other toxic positivity, hindi po makakatulong yan. And ngayon kung sila yung nakikipag-usap, tanungin niyo po ano po yung nararamdaman nila. No? And paano po kayo makakatulong? And ano po yung mga pwede nilang gawin? And of course, very important din po na pag kinausap kayo nung naging victim, tanungin niyo po is, ano yung mga advantages at saka disadvantages nung naging concern nila, no? So that they will know the weighing of the advantages and disadvantages, at let them decide what are the solutions and let them make an action plan. I think yun po yung maganda, no? Yung hindi yung parang wala man lang din tayong naitulong na insight. Yung parang, kasi hindi po tayo pwede mag-advise ng mag-advise. Lalo na po sa amin, no, kahit ang mga magulang, we don't give advice when we are not asked to give advice. No? Lalo na kung nagiging toxic positivity naman. No? Na parang, anak nung panahon ko nga ganito ginawa ko. So, that is toxic positivity. No? So, hindi po yun makakatulong lalo sa mga nalulungkot na anak or mga kabataan. But you have to anchor them and let them develop the insight, no? At matutunan po nila yung pagkakamali.
Okay, next, Doc. Anong mapapayo mo sa mga biktima na nakasaksi ng online predatory behavior? Parang you touched on this na kanina, pero baka gusto nyo mag-emphasize, Doc, ng certain
Maganda rin po na you talk it out at kung meron kayong mga talagang counselors na alam niyo or marunong mag-psychological first aid, maganda rin po na i-psychological first aid nyo or use of expressive arts. I-drawing nyo, isulat nyo. Okay? At kung may mga negative red signal, then seek for help already. Have the humility to seek for help.
Okay, next, Doc. The internet is becoming an increasingly dangerous place for most people, especially for children and teenagers whose online profiles often attract aggressive sexual predators or scammers. What specific steps should our policymakers, educational institutions, and other members of society take to address this issue?
Yeah, actually po, meron po tayong Safe Space Act. Ginawa pa po yan noong 2018. At may mandate po yan ang gobyerno sa eskwelahan to have online space at meron po yan polisiya at meron po tayong programa. No? Unang-una rin pong dapat gawin no, dahil meron na rin namang batas. No? Lagi po natin tatandaan, avoid po sana natin yung oversharing. No? So yung pag malungkot kayo, ang teknolohiya po or ang social media ay hindi ginawa para tayo ay mag-rant. Okay? Always remember that ranting or oversharing in the form of sad fishing, lagi po natin tatandaan na karapatan po natin yan. No? But that right is not absolute. Lalo na po kung nagtitrigger tayo ng stress. Yung araw-araw ginawa nyo siyang parang SpongeBob yung Instagram nyo, yung Snapchat niyo, hindi nakaka-trigger na kayo. Hindi na kayo nakaka-enable na. And in the digital engagement, which is one of the big chunks also of digital well-being, tatandaan nyo, yung bang pinopost ko, ano ba to? Nakaka-influence ba to in a good way? Ito bang pinopost ko, nakaka-enable ba siya o nakaka-stress siya? Ito bang post ko is nakaka-inspire ba siya? O lalo lang ako nagpapadepress ng mga tao? Okay? So tandaan po natin yan. And of course, in the study of Gumsey Hill, marami po talaga tayong nagiging victims po ng predator sa TikTok. Yan, no? So yung, di ba po, of course, we have the the gender sensitivity, karapatan po natin magsuot, no? Mga babae, women empowerment. But unfortunately, meron po talaga marami po tayong natatempt na may sexual disorders. No? And yung pong nagsasabi tayo ng puro mga I'm sad, I'm depressed, my parents are not always with me. Yun po yung pag-atake ng mga predators. You are inviting them. That's why it's very important to go for your healthy coping mechanism, go for your journal, seek for help to someone that you trust.
Okay. So pa, Doc, may mga questions din tayo dito. Yung iba, sabi mo nga, Doc, no, importante kasi na nag-uusap sa pamilya, di ba? Na may komunikasyon. Lalong-lalo na, yung mundong ito, Doc, magkaedad tayo eh. So, bagong edad, bagong mundo para sa atin. Pero kung mahal natin yung mga kung mahal natin yung mga anak natin, Dok, kailangan aralin natin tong mundong to, 'di ba? Dahil hindi natin sila mapoprotektahan kung hindi natin naintindihan tong.
Yeah, kaya po I go to your kanina po yung unang-unang sinabi niyo, Tita Jing, no, yung education. Tsaka po mag-aral din tayo, mag-aral, no? Kahit po anong edad natin, anong narating natin. Aralin po natin ano ba Roblox, ano ba Mobile Legends, no? Ano ba ang Snapchat, no? Para makita po natin na okay naman ang gaming sa kabataan. Ginawa po yan for critical thinking, but that is not really always the reward. At ibibigay niyo reward 24 hours mag-game yung bata. So addiction, no? Gaming addiction is a mental health disorder that was really studied by the WHO, and it was also declared, no, na mental health disorder po yan.
Okay, Doc, ito may mga questions pa po dito. May isa po tayong napiling katanungan mula sa ating registered audience. Mula kay Samantha Ariel Porol ng Makati. So marami sa mga kabataan ngayon ang sobrang engaged sa social media. I see kids as young as 15 post sexy or inappropriate pictures. Nako, agree ako dito.
Yeah, I agree. No? Daming likes niyan, million.
Oo, Doc. Yan yung tinatawag na sando shop selling. Diba? Nakasando ka habang nagbebenta. We support women empowerment, pero paano natin masasabi at may papaunawa sa kanila na what they're doing is dangerous and may attract sexual predators. Saka baka sabihin, Doc, judgmental tayo. Diba?
Yeah. Kaya po, very important po talaga that we integrate, no, in our curriculum po itong digital citizenship and well-being pillars, no? At ito rin po yung mandato namin sa Unila Foundation ngayon, that we integrate, no, the curriculum. And very important po talaga yung pros and cons. Lagi pong sa pag-uusap natin sa kabataan, hindi lang po tayo lecture, but let them assess the pros and cons, no? And let them make a decision and let them make an action plan. Yun po yun, para hindi po tayo parang pakialamin. No? Because they have their own insight. And hindi ko talaga pwede na laging tayong nagdidikta, but they have their independent
$100 na Gcash. Yun, Doc, inunahan mo ko, hashtag sana all. Doc, ikaw daw magdo-donate eh.
Sige, hindi tayo.
Pero Samantha, hintayin mo yung message ng ating mga moderator para makuha mo yung iyong premyo.
Hindi ko pa na-umpisahan. Ganitong sobrang daming tanong.
Daming questions. Okay, ito naman po. Ito, live question naman po to, no? Live viewer naman natin. Si Marites Salan from CDO. Ayan.
Hi, hello, ma'am.
Binisaya, si Marites.
Hello, magandang gabi po.
Hi, magandang gabi po.
Kumusta,
ako si Marites Salan. Okay lang po. Marites Salan from Cagayan de Oro National High School.
At Binisaya ka rin, Marites.
Magbinisaya ako. May upat ka anak.
May upat ka anak.
Apat ang anak. Tanong ko lang po kay Doc Sheikh, ano po ang senyales na ang anak ko ay biktima na pala ng cyberbullying o ibang online predatory behavior? Yun po.
Yeah, oo. So isa po dyan is usually pag nagkakaroon po tayo ng mga cyberbully, na una po dyan is talagang may mga times, di ba parang katulad lang po ng isang traditional. Kunyari sabi ni Jing sa akin, Pepa. Kunyari, lagi niya ako sinasabi ang Peppa Pig, no? Okay? And then, kunyari, kala niya parang masaya lang ako, no? But as I go home, no? Or kunyari, binubuli niya ako sa cyberbully, nakatingin na ako sa salamin ko, and then parents ko are busy, hindi na build yung belonging na sa bahay namin. Lagi akong sinasabihan ng parents ko na ugly duckling, no? So definitely, meron po yan mga sadness, no? And then yung sadness, pwedeng maging loneliness, tapos mag-worry ka, magiging pangit ka. And then yung sleeping patterns po, no? Magne-negative, no? Fatigue. And then minsan po, mawawala rin siya sa internet, or minsan naka-private lang siya. And then after that, lack of motivation, then magkukulong na siya sa kwarto. So, yan po ay pag nararanasan po yan, lalo na pag extreme worries, no? Up to the extent of some suicidal thoughts, yan po yung pinaka-severe, no? Nararanasan po yan usually nearly every day for 2 weeks. Ito po yung mga depression, no? At pag trauma naman, usually 6 months or a month to 6 months, no? So pag ganyan po, very important po talaga, tingnan po natin, BASC po tayo, no? Behavior. Kaya po, kung tinatanong kanina ng mga bata yung, bakit mo kailangan mag-open ng online sa internet? Kasi alam nyo, safeguard kasi yan talaga para makita ng mga teacher kung may nangyayari sa bata. Ano yung mga red signal, okay? Affect, yung pakiramdam po ng anak ninyo, dati masayahin, ngayon, parang hindi na po siya, no? A typical behavior, biglang nagbago, no? And then, of course, the soma. Nakita niyo yung katawan niya, parang hindi siya naliligo or nangayayat or naging obese, no? And of course, cognition. Pag nakikita niyo po yung anak ninyo or lagi niya sinasabi, Mom, I'm ugly. Ma, I'm a loser. No? I'm unworthy. No? So, yan po yung mga senyales, no, na pwede niyo pong tingnan. Kaya po, ako po as a mental health expert and all my dear friends, no, na mental health expert din, pag nagkakaroon po tayo ng gathering or klase, maganda po talaga naka-open. Hindi po for privacy sake, but definitely for well-being. Imagine niyo kung 8 subject mo, lahat nakaitim yan. No? Hindi po yun maganda for your well-being. I hope that you can see even the eyes of your companions, no? Na makita mo na may tao kang kaharap kasi isolated ka ngayon at very uncertain. Yeah, so sana po nakuha ko sa inyo, but tingnan nyo po lalo na yung pagtulog. And then, unfortunately, we have the happy suicidal now. So meron po tayong mga masayahin kasi it can also lead to some suicidal problems, no? So pag meron po yung anak ninyo masayahin pero medyo yung vices na sa alcohol, malakas uminom yung anak ninyo, and then laging puyat at laging nagkukulong. Meron po tayong mga cases na ganyan na tumutuloy, no? And magpa-plug lang po ako, on September 10, lalabas na po yung aming Race Against Suicide Manual, no? And this is in collaboration with my project with Unilab Foundation, Philippine Psychiatric Association, Philippine Psychological Association of the Philippines, Philippine Guidance, Adolescent and Child Psychiatrists, and the Philippine Pediatrics, no? So magkakaroon po tayo ng manual in celebration also of the Suicide Day, no? Sa September 10, World Suicide Day, para ma-prevent po. Kasi po, marami po talagang suicide cases because of online, trauma, and of course, ito po. And this is also being supported, and we are proposing this also to the WHO to also be used in the country.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you. And of course, thank you, Marites.
Yeah, thank you po.
Thank you din po.
Okay, questions naman from our participants, no? Ito yung mga comments naman nila from Grace Pait. What do you think of the growing trend of internet love? And how can young people who are involved in such romantic relationships avoid the dangers of online dating?
Yeah, I think natakal na rin natin ito, Jing, no? Sa isang show mo dati sa Kapamilya Connect. And lagi po natin tatandaan that a human being is a social being, no? So we really encourage po sana na pag nagmahal kayo, sana talaga merong yung nahahawakan nyo, nararamdaman ninyo, no? Kasi pag sa online dating, hindi po natin nakikita kung paano magalit yan. Hindi po natin alam kung ano ba yan, masokista ba yan, no? Kaya po, very limited po talaga. So the technology can just really augment you. But I do hope, no, na medyo, I don't encourage or really, no, marami pong precaution about love in the internet because we have to really go for really real socialization as a human being. Imagine mo, yung kausap mo, hindi mo nayayakap, no? Or hindi mo man lang nahawakan, or hindi mo nakikita kung paano matuwa at magalit. Nakakatakot.
Tama yun, Doc. Okay, next, from Marilu Senyar. Is it okay po to totally deactivate, siguro ibig sabihin, social media accounts to lessen anxieties?
Meron po tayo minsan pag talagang ang trigger nyo is lalo na cyberbullying. There are really instances that our doctors will really recommend to turn you off, no, for a certain time kung talagang ito yung nagtitrigger. So pero hindi naman po forever because we all know that there are also a lot of advantages ang social media, lalo na to connect with people. Pero kung yan po yung nagtitrigger, pwede po talagang pa-off yan for a certain time.
Okay, next from Frederick Justin Belangon. As a parent, how can you discipline your children if they are promoting toxicity in social media? Naku.
Oo, actually, marami po talaga tayong may mga dark posting. No? So, importante po talaga, katulad din ng sinabi ng lahat, importante po talaga yung communication. No? And I do hope kung meron po kayong mga school handbook, kasama na po ngayon supposed to be yan, no? Sa lahat ng mga school handbook ng ating mga estudyante, no? Na pwede po talaga kayong makasuhan. Kaya importante po na i-inform nyo rin yung inyong mga anak. And of course, no, lagi po natin tatandaan, going back to basic. No? Kayo ba hindi tayo toxic? No? So, yung bravery po na tingnan natin yung sarili natin. No? Baka po, kasi kahit ang cyberbullying ang any traditional bullying, bakit nagkakaroon ng mga bullying? Minsan nakikita talaga nila yan sa bahay. That is really the brutal fact and we really have to really face yung ating mga concerns.
Okay, Doc, thank you for finding the time at marami tayong natutunan ngayon. Ang dami pa rin dito na nagtatanong. Doc, parting shots and then also you're very active online. Maybe you can also give us your social media handles. Where can they get in touch with you? Parting shots, Doc. Huling bilin sa aming lahat.
Yeah. Siguro po ako lang is that your strength is inherent with you. No? Yung ating pong lakas ay nasa sa atin. No? Kaya po kanina sinabi rin ni attorney yung mindset. Very important po yung pagkakaroon ng magandang isip, no? At paniniwala sa kapwa that they have goodness. And sasabay po yung maganda nating puso. No? At pag naging maganda yung ating puso at ang ating isip, mababawasan po natin yung worries at magiging ito ay behavior at character strength natin. No? And actually, I have my YouTube now because of the videos that I'm doing with Wonder Teacher. So meron po tayong Wonder Teacher, di ba? Tita Jing sa ABS-CBN DZMM.
Yep.
Thursday, 3 to 4 p.m. with Father Tito. It's for the welfare of the youth, the teachers, and the family. At nandyan po yung mga videos ko sa YouTube ko, Sheikh Hokson. Lahat po ng mga character strengths videos about perspective, about inclusion. So you can download and you can share it. And it's for free. And of course, my social media, Instagram, and my FB is Sheikh Guevara Hokson. Yeah, so your strength is inherent with you. And I do hope that this strength will definitely be recalibrated to character strength. No? Kindness, humility, self-control, and of course, transcendence. To see the silver lining of these challenging times as a gift. No? And I do hope that you can always use the use of technology to really be an advocate and a blessing and not a stress.
Doc, baka you can include as your parting shot, message on how to bridge the gap or to make sure wala namang kung walang ayoko ring assume na may gap parate, di ba? But to always make sure aligned yung parents and children and makatulong yung teknolohiya sa pagpapatibay ng relationship, no, in this na makapagpahina pa.
Yeah. So very important po ako sa mga parents, no. I do hope that mag-aral po tayo na mag-aral, no. Kasi pag nag-aral po tayo na mag-aral ng teknolohiya, no, lagi po natin tatandaan na marami pong pag-aaral na effective ang technology. No? And ngayon po mga panahon talaga, we really have to go for technology mindset in order for us to guide our children. At sa kabataan naman, no, okay, lagi po natin tatandaan the 5 factors of digital well-being and digital citizenship. Digital foundation, secure your data. Digital engagement, healthy screen time. Digital empowerment. I do hope that you use it to inspire, no, and not to be a stressor. Okay? Kasi marami po tayo niti-trigger. And digital space. Now, creating a digital space So, hindi po sana tayo ng lalait, no? Kung wala po tayong sasabihin maganda, wag na lang tayo mag-post. Iwasan muna ang teknolohiya. And of course, digital opportunities. Mag-aral po tayo na mag-aral because in 2025, the programs will be Internet of Things, data analytics, no? So more on technology na. And we will be successful.
Galing. Thank you, Doc Shake.
Yeah, thank you, Tita Jing. As always, it is really an honor to work with you. And of course, to the Pinas Forwarders, maraming salamat po.
More collabs, Doc Shake.
Yeah.
Hindi na tayo nagkausap sa kabisihan.
Lagi tayo mag-partner naman. Yeah.
Oo nga, Doc. Ingat, Doc.
Yeah, thank you. God bless.
Bye, Doc. Ayan, naku, dami nating natutunan kay Doc Shake Foxon. Galing, no? Kita nyo naman, syempre yung ating mga bisita, laging ika nga, di kampanilya, o, diba? Ibang level. So, thank you, to everyone. Marami po tayong natutunan. Napaka galing din ng ating participants. Thank you, guys, for being so active, for sending us all of your questions. By the way, if you have more questions for Miguel Bermundo, you can contact him through bridgecom@globe.com.ph. So yung mga natutunan po natin tonight, yung mga paalala po na dapat maging maingat tayo online at maging maalam sa mga hakbang na pwede po nating gawin kapag tayo ay nabibiktima o nakakasaksi ng mga criminal activities online. So hindi lamang para malaman kung ano yung gagawin para sa pagre-report, no? Kung hindi higit sa lahat, paano po maiiwasan, 'di ba? Na tayo po ay mabiktima online. So sila Doc Shake nagbigay na rin ng contact information, of course, si Attorney Cristia and si Miguel, no? Ako, I'd also like to send you my contact information and then all of the hotlines I'm also helping promote. So unang-una na po doon yung Bantay Bata, binanggit kanina ni Miguel. We've been working with Globe, no, for the longest time, and recently I've also been asked to be a board member ng Philippine Mental Health Association. Ito po ay, and I'm also their ambassador. So kung meron po tayong pangailangan ng counseling, libre po ang counseling sa Philippine Mental Health Association. Libre rin po ang pagtawag sa Bantay Bata 163. So nandyan po yung mga hotline on your screens. Please feel free. Tawagan nyo lamang po itong mga numerong ito. Lalong-lalo na po ngayon, no? Yung stress, mental stress sa atin, ibang level. Lahat po tayo, regardless of the socio-economic class, regardless of the age, we're all going through so much ngayon pong pandemya. So please, just keep all of these numbers in mind at tawagan nyo lamang po. And we're also advocating, sabi nga ni Doc Shake kanina, no? Ayaw natin ng mga toxic content. Gusto po natin empowering content. So ito po yung atin naman pong sinishare sa ating social media accounts. Every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, meron po tayong online shows. These are also aired on the Kumu channel of ABS-CBN, sa Scene Zone channel. So 5:30 until 7 p.m. every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And you can also check my social media accounts. Diyan po yan pinapalabas sa Facebook and YouTube. So please just look for Jing Casaneda, and also please follow my Instagram and my Twitter account, Jing Casaneda lamang po. So lahat po ng ating layunin ay ang makapagbigay ng, sabi nga natin, totoong impormasyon, empowering information for all families. So kasama na doon yung entertainment. Siyempre hindi naman pwedeng serious tayo parate, di ba? Pero siyempre yung entertainment din na pipiliin natin, ano rin naman, dapat de kalidad, di ba? So guys, I'll see you on my social media accounts. Ayan, kita-kita po tayo doon. Lalong-lalo na po yung atin naman content ay para sa pagpapalakas ng pamilyang Pilipino. Next, yung mga nagpaunlak po na tayo po ay magkaroon ng pagkakataon na sila ay makasama, makakwentuhan. Ayan, papasalamatan po natin sila. Pero bago pong lahat, share nyo naman sa amin. Ano bang pinaka-favorite ninyo na natutunan po ninyo ngayong gabi? I-share nyo po sa comment section. At dito rin sa Zoom, o share nyo naman ano yung pinaka-unforgettable sa inyo, pinaka-feeling nyo ay nakatulong sa inyo. Ako yung pinaka-practical, yung how secure is my password. Kasi makakalimutin ako sa mga password. So I always write it down, I always save it. Pero para madali kong maalala, minsan madaling, yung mga password ko, ang dali-daling mahulaan. So kailangan pala, medyo i-check mo dito sa how secure is my password website para malaman kung ito ay, sabi nga, strong password, di ba? So guys, ayan, how to secure passwords and mental health, yun daw ang kanilang mga natutunan about mental health po. Sabi ni Mary, uy, ang bilis ng mga pagpasok ng mga message. Ayan, karamihan pareho kami, no? How to secure your passwords. Yan, si Sherry Beth, yung laging pag-update ng password. Yung mga tips, stress coping mechanism, sabi naman ni Abigail. Si Danikel, about mental health po. Next, si Jobina, favorite ko po is yung securing your password. Dami pare-pareho tayo. Si Roselle, yun din, securing passwords. Ariana, how to protect ourselves in the internet world. Ayan. So ito, pinapakita po natin sa screens. Yung inyong mga comments. Think before you click. Ayan, sabi naman ng ating ng iba sa ating mga participants. Kasama na doon si Lloyda. Ayan, si Lloyda May. So marami po akong natutunan ngayon, sabi ni Blessy. Lahat po, lalo na, sabi ni Techno Spark. Ayan, about mental health, sabi ni Ronron Navarro. The topic discussed by Doc Shake about mental health, sabi ni Alan Manuevo. Ayan, for me, advocating online responsibility, sabi naman ni Jocelyn Peralta. Okay, so thank you thank you guys for sharing your thoughts, for sending us your inputs. Muli, marami rin pong salamat sa ating mga nakasama sa webinar ngayong gabi. Si Miguel Bermundo from Globe Telecom, Attorney Cristia Amores from NBI, and of course, Dr. Sheikh Hoxon from FEU Manila and Makati. Naku, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng ating viewers, sa Facebook, sa YouTube, lahat ng kasama natin dito sa Zoom, lahat ng ating partners, yung ating mga taga Cagayan de Oro, lalo na. Yes, yan, hooray sa inyong lahat. Okay, so marami pong salamat sa pagtutok. Samahan din tayo. Balik, Chris. Balikan mo kami. Meron ka pa bang mga papremyo o mag-thank you ka na lang din?
Maraming salamat po. Thank you so much, Tita Jing. We're so honored to have you as our guest host for tonight. Especially na napaka-importante talaga ngayon lalo na nag-stay tayo ngayon sa bahay, di ba? So bukod sa mga partners natin tonight, shout out din sa DepEd Tayo Cagayan de Oro City, DepEd Tayo Youth Formation Tarlac City, DepEd Tayo Youth Formation Zambales, and Agusan National High School Cagayan de Oro City. Live din tayo sa mga Facebook pages nila. So yan, maraming salamat po again, Tita Jing, at sa mga audience natin ngayon. Let us know what you think about this webinar by answering our evaluation form through the link and QR code flashed on the screen. At syempre, i-share din namin to sa aming mga comment section. So bukod sa e-certificate, merong 20 lucky viewers na mananalo ng 100 peso Globe Load card each. So yan, di ba? Biruin mo, mula umpisa, hindi pa nag-start yung ating webinar hanggang sa dulo, may mananalo pa rin ng mga papremyo. So to get more interesting and helpful content and to see more shows like this, follow our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram page, Pinas Forward PH, and join our exclusive Facebook group, Pinas Forwarders. We'd also like to thank our major partner, Globe Telecom, for making this webinar possible. Again, this is Chris Balsa from Pinas Forward, and we have our guest host, Ms. Jing Castañeda. So let's keep everyone safe by using tech for good and achieve a responsible digination so we can all move #Pinas Forward. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsama sa ating kwentuhan, and good night, everyone!
Thanks, everyone. See you online.
See you!